Let's see the unit 1, diversity in living world. First, what is meant by diversity? Diversity means all the different group of animals or different kind of animals all together, you can say simply diversity. In this unit there are many chapters. First chapter was living world. They simply give some basics of this unit in this chapter. So most of the questions will be asked from fact based in this unit. So Darwin of 20th century. The first point was Darwin of 20th century is Ernest Mayr. I enlisted some important corners from this chapter. So let's see this the important points. So Darwin of 20th century was Ernest Mayr. Next, what is the defining property of life without any exceptions? That means without any exceptions. For suppose if someone want to say something is alive, without any exceptions, it should follow that following. That is metabolism, consciousness, and irritability. If something is alive, definitely it should contain metabolism. Next, it should be conscious and they should show irritability. Irritability means it simply responds to the environment, giving response to the environment. For suppose plants will give response to the environment, they move towards or away from the light, so that's also irritability. When a light falls on our eyes, we will close the eyes, so that's also irritability. And these three, you can say, defining property of life without any exceptions. So the main thing was metabolism. Next point was they simply gave the classification like species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division, and kingdom. So these are the classifications. For suppose let's see for mango. Mango plant has genus Mangifera and species Indica and family Anacardiaceae. Remember, in family Anacardiaceae, family ends with AC, ACE, AE, and it belongs to order Sapindales. Order ends with ales. These two suffixes are very important in objective point of view. The next thing was class. To which class mango belongs was angiosperms. Angio means flowers, sperms means seeded plants. Flowering and seeded plants. So what is division? Division, it belongs to Magnolophyta. Kingdom is planted. So generally we will classify any organism in this way. So genus, species, family, order, class, division, and kingdom. So simply you can remember, everyone can remember genus and species, since everything starts with genus and species. Like scientific name, every scientific name starts with genus and species itself. So what is the scientific name of mango? That is Mangifera indica. So everyone can remember genus and species. So you should remember this order, FOC. If you remember this order, you can solve some of the bits in objective. Let's go to some other points in this chapter. Largest herbarium was Royal Botanical Garden at Kew, England. Kew is an area which is present in England. So And it is also the International Center for Plant Identification. Royal Botanical Garden was also the International Center for Plant Identification, and it has largest herbarium. It's the largest herbarium. Next point was National Botanical Research Institute is situated at Lucknow. And Indian Botanical Garden is situated at Howrah. National Botanical Research Institute situated at Lucknow. Whereas Indian Botanical Garden, this is Research Institute and this is Garden. Research Institute at Lucknow, UP, and Garden at Howrah, Kolkata, that is West Bengal. The process of classification is called taxonomy and coined by A.P.D. Kondoli. It's very important. The process of classification. Classification means classifying. Classifying means separating into specific groups or genus or family orders. This is called taxonomy, you can say. Since you are classifying, the word taxonomy is coined by A.P.D. Kondoli. And what are the components of taxonomy? You can remember like this. Since. Since means characterization, I for identification, N for nomenclature, and again C for classification. Classification is the last step and characterization is the first step. Don't forget CHINC. So first one is characterization and last one is classification. Since. So they may ask you what is the order of taxonomy, what are the components of taxonomy, like that they may ask. So 10th point was name some taxonomical aids. Taxonomical aids means it's any equipment or any items or any points that helps to classify any organism is called aids. So let's see some of the taxonomical aids. Those are herbarium. Herbarium is a group of papers on which the plant parts like leaves are suppressed and all the information regarding the plant was given. So that is called herbarium. Since it is used for classification, it comes under taxonomical aids. So herbarium is used for quick reference. You can refer very easily and very fast. It's very handy. So the first taxonomical aid and which is very quick response was herbarium. The second one was botanical gardens. In botanical gardens, just for identification, not all characters are written. When you go to a botanical garden, near that plant, they will give you the name of the plant and scientific name and family, but they will not give all the identification information. So that's another taxonomical aid. It's also useful for taxonomy. And museums also useful for taxonomy. And a key is very important in this lesson. So let's see what is meant by key. Taxonomical aid based on similarities and dissimilarities. What is meant by key? Key means it's a taxonomical aids based on similarities and dissimilarities. For suppose there is a group of organisms like this. They contain different colors and different shapes. So I will select one key to classify them. Let's see what is the first key. I will take color, spotted wings and bold wings. If they have spots, I will separate them into one group. If they are bold, I will separate them into another group. So spotted wings is one lead. We call this line, specific line, as lead. And bold wings, I will separate bold wings into another group, right? So this is another lead. These two leads together called a couplet. So this all together called a key. That means a key contain lead and couplet. So now we can see that key is a taxonomical aid based on similarities and dissimilarities. Similarities and dissimilarities. So what is a couplet? Couplet means a set of lead. We will see about couplet and lead. Next key 2. Second key was shape. I will take shape also. Let's separate based on shape. Round shaped and irregular shaped. Round shaped is lead 1 and irregular shape is lead 2. And these together called couplet and these all together called key 2. Simply key 1, key 2 are the set of characteristics which is used for classification. That's it. So let's see the basic definition that was asked in the exam. While in objective, you have to remember these lines exactly. So 11th point, the pair of contrasting characters in a key is called couplet. The pair of contrasting characters in a key is called couplet. This is a key. It has two characters. Contrasting means opposite. These two characters are opposite. For suppose this round and irregular, these two are contrasting and opposite, right? So these two characters in a key is called couplet together. So they may ask you a pair of contrasting characters in a key is called dash. In first option they will give lead, and second option they will give key again, and third option they will give something else. So the second important line in this lesson was each statement in a key is lead. Each statement in a key is called lead. Okay, if they mention each statement, you should opt for lead. If they mention pair, you have to select for couplet. So name some recorded descriptions for taxonomy. Yeah, for classification there are recorded descriptions like group of plants and group of flowers, types of flowers are all grouped together. So there are some examples for recorded observations like flora. Flora means they contain index of plant species in an area. Like it's an index of our book. For suppose for NCERT bio we have index, right? That index is used to identify the chapters and units present in that book. So that index is similar to flora. That means in that specific area, what are the species will be present? Those all are enlisted in flora. Then if you want to identify a specific plant in that specific area, you can simply refer the flora of that area. Then you can identify the plant species, but it does not contain all the information regarding plant species. Remember just the index. Okay. Next one was manual. Manual contain all the information to identify the name of the species. So it will be very useful more than flora. So manual contain all the information to identify name of species in an area. The third one was monograph. Monograph contain information on any one taxon. Any one taxon. For suppose, if you want to identify a taxon of Mangifera or mango, then it contain all the information regarding mango. So anyways, these two are very important, flora and manuals. Flora contain just an index, manuals contain all the information regarding identification, which is used for identification of a species in that area. So the last one is very important. If it ends with ales, it shows it's an order. If it ends with facie or obsida or a, they are showing about class. If that ends with phyta, it's a division. If it ends with acia, it's family. If it ends with ide, that's also a family. So in exam they might ask like which of the following is a family of Mangifera. They will give sapindales, angiosperms, plantae, everything. So simply you can remember that family contain Acaea. Family contain Acaea. So then you can directly identify this Anacardiaceae. So not only mango, they will give some other examples out of NCRT. They might ask out of NCRT also, out of state books, since that is applicable question. So we have to remember this. Order ends with ales, class ends with Phyceae or Obsida. In animals, AEN, they ends with AE. And for division, they ends with Phyta. Family, they ends with Acaea. In animals, it's Ide. So some important points which are missing in NCRT, those are enlisted here. That was Ernest Haeckel proposed three kingdom classification. Ernest Haeckel proposed three kingdom classification in his book Principles of Classification. Coined the term ecology. Ecology was coined by Ernest Haeckel, we all know this. And Species Plantarum and Systema Natura. These two are the books of Linnaeus, who gave binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature naming genus and species with two names. So that was given by Linnaeus. So Species Plantarum and Systema Natura was given by Linnaeus. Simply they will give Systema Natura is given by first option Ernest Haeckel, second option Bawtrin, third option Linnaeus. So you have to opt for Linnaeus. And this was also very important. Bauhin laid the foundation for binomial nomenclature in his work Pinax Theory Botanici. So anyways, he laid the foundation, but officially it was given by Linnaeus. And Solanaceae and Convolvulaceae families belongs to order Polymoniales based on floral characters. You should remember this also. So the science of diversity of organisms is called systematics. It's a kind and relationship among them. Simply, it shows all the related animals or relation between them, and that science of diversity of organisms is called systematics. They may ask this also. What is meant by systematics? So systematics is science of diversity of organisms. So these are some important facts in this chapter, living world. So let's meet in the next unit.